So I've really got this itch to crack 700 yards with this Savage B mag, 17 Winchester Super Mag. And right now I'm at 735 yards. All the other videos I did shooting at distance with this rifle, the scope was sighted in for 100 yards. Today, I had to raise the elevation all the way up. It's maxed out, and I'm still gonna have to aim really high above this, so there's still gonna be some instinctual shooting going on. I was not able to get point of aim, point of impact on it. It's just 735 yards is just, it's too much for this scope. But if you want to see how this does, don't go away. Okay, so in all the other videos I've done, I've never actually gone over and really talked about the ammo that I use when I shoot the 17 WSM. I've got two boxes here. Each one is a different weight of bullet. I've got this Winchester Varmint HE. It's a 25 grain bullet with a muzzle velocity of 2,600 feet per second. Muzzle velocity 2,600 feet per second. 50 yards, it drops to 2,411 feet per second. 100 yards is 2,230 feet per second. 150 yards is 2,057 feet per second. And 200 yards is 1,892 feet per second. Kinetic energy at the muzzle is 375 foot-pounds. At 50 yards, it's 323 foot-pounds. 100 yards, it's 276 foot-pounds. At 150 yards, it's 235 foot-pounds, and 200 yards is 199 foot-pounds. The other one is this American Eagle. This one is a 20 grain bullet with a muzzle velocity of 3,000 feet per second. The fastest that you can get. At 50 yards, we have a muzzle velocity of 2,745 feet per second. 100 yards is 2,504 feet per second. At 150 yards, it's 2,275 feet per second. 200 yards is 2,058 feet per second. And our energy at the muzzle is 400 foot-pounds. 50 yards is 335 foot-pounds. 100 yards is 278 foot-pounds, 150 yards is 230 foot-pounds, and 200 yards is 188 foot-pounds. So, with the 20 grain bullet, you're going to get more speed. With the 25 grain bullet, you're going to get less speed but more kinetic energy. For long distance, I prefer using the 20 grain bullet. It flies a little bit better, a little bit flatter. Now, I'm also going to do a little bit of, there's some bullet comparison for you, just in case you're really not familiar with the size and the look of a 17 WSM. But first, I'm going to show you some other bullets that you've probably seen before, but there's a point to this. That's a 22 long rifle. That's a 223. Now, the reason I'm showing you these is they're both 22 caliber bullets. The diameter is the same. Granted, this one is longer. It's got a different shape to it than the 22 long rifle, but it's still in the same 22 caliber family. Now, the 25 grain 17 WSM, you can tell by this red tip. That's a 17 WSM. The 20 grain, you can tell by this gray tip. That's also a 17 WSM. Now, the reason I'm showing these to you next to the 22 and the 223 is because the 17 is a 17 caliber projectile, which means it's smaller than the 22. Now, a 22 long rifle, that's a pretty small bullet. Now, the 17 is even smaller. Now, I'm going to show you a little bit of math at the distance that I'm going to attempt to shoot this at today, just to give you an idea of how difficult the shot can be. Bear with me. I know that the bullet coefficient is 0.185. The muzzle velocity of the 20 grain bullet is 3,000 feet per second. Height of scope above the barrel is 1.5 inches. Wind speed It's going to vary, so there's no way to really get a good accurate wind speed unless I've got a radio station with me to test it, which I don't. Range yards at 0, 100 yards 0, and the range yards to estimate 735 yards. Okay, estimate. Okay, so at 735 yards with a 20 grain bullet, we're going to get 483.48 inches of bullet drop. So, in order to adjust the scope to get right on target, point of aim, point of impact, I would have to raise the scope, raise the elevation of the scope 62.82 minutes of angle, which the scope I have on that rifle does not have even close to that much elevation adjustment. Was it really aggravating? Oh. Okay, right there we go. Bullet drop at 735 yards is 483.48 inches, which is 62.82 minutes of angle. So that's how much I'd have to raise it up. Oh, let me go back here, hold on. Okay, so, and at the very bottom, velocity at 735 yards, the velocity is going to be 419 feet per second, and it's going to take an estimated 1.96 seconds to reach the target. So, with that all being said, if you want to see if I hit this target today, don't go away. Alright, so here we go. I ranged this out again with the rangefinder. It is 735 yards. I've got a camera on site. I'm not using the drone. Drone's not wanting to fly today. I got a new phone, so I have to put all the information on it, so we're not using the drone. So let's see what happens here. Alright, first one was a hit. Oh, just low. I think that one was just to the right. Elevation was good, but a little bit too far to the right. Man, that looked like it hit the target, but not a balloon. It hit the plywood, but not a balloon. Oh, that one definitely hit the plywood, just above a balloon. I got a guy driving by. Wait a minute. I didn't see where that one went. As you can hear, the wind is blowing. As always, it never stops here. gonna have to stop again. He's down there by the target. Not seeing where these are going. Which makes it really difficult for a follow-up shot. Elevation was good, but windage was just left. Oh, just left. Now the wind is gone, so I'm going to have to change everything. But that's why I like doing this. And there goes the green one. Man, it's nice when the wind goes away. Alright, that's 735 yards with the Winchester Super Mag. I got 2 balloons. There was a lot of misses in between, which is due to the fact that 735 yards is just, it's beyond the outer limits of that scope. Again, I had the elevation raised all the way up, and I was still having to aim pretty high above the target. I don't know, it was probably, if I had to take a guess, probably 20 yards over the target. Anyway, I'm at the target site right now, and I was shooting from over there, just over there on that ridge. This is the same place pretty much as all the other videos that I did. The 500 yard video, the target was just over on the other side of that hill right there, and I was parked a little bit closer. I do want to try to get a different scope put on that rifle and see just how well I could sight that scope in, a different scope in for this range. You know, point of aim, point of impact kind of thing, because right now, this distance, the point of aim was so far off from the point of impact, it was unreal. But I did get the 2 shots, 735 yards, 17 Winchester Super Mag. Please feel free to like, share, and subscribe. If you have any questions or comments, leave them in the section down below. Thank you for watching. See you next time.